So in today's video, I want to talk about the Paperlike 2, which is a screen protector for the iPad. And it's so impressive that I just wanted to do a video on it. And besides that, Paperlike, which is the brand creating Paperlike for the iPad, they've reached out to me and asked me to do a video on the Paperlike 2. And since I've had the Paperlike 1 for my iPad Pro 11-inch, and I already knew that it was such a good product, I was really excited to test out the Paperlike 2 and to bring you this video. So anyway, as I said, Paperlike is a screen protector for your iPad, but it's not just a screen protector in the sense of bringing protection for your iPad. It actually turns your iPad into something like a real sketchbook because it has a texture applied to it, which just changes the entire feeling of drawing on an iPad. So if you've never used a screen protector for your iPad before, then you know how slippery it is to draw on it, because basically you're drawing directly on the screen, like directly on the glass. And that's just a very slippery surface, and it doesn't feel very natural. It doesn't feel very organic drawing on glass. It's always at least for me, it's always been sort of a strange feeling drawing on glass directly. And it also didn't bring me the control over my lines that I expected. So once I tried the Paperlike, it just made a huge difference for my entire drawing experience on the iPad, because suddenly I had more control over my lines because there's a subtle resistance on the screen coming from the texture that's applied to the screen protector. And so it's not a very rough texture. It's not something where you're fighting against the texture. It's a very natural and fine texture, and it comes very close to paper actually. I would be lying if I told you that it's exactly the same as drawing on paper, but I would say it's very close. So let's say paper on a scale from 1 to 10, paper's 10, then I would say the Paperlike 2 or the Paperlike 1, for example, was somewhere between 6 and 7. And I would say the Paperlike 2 is between 8 and 9. So it's very close to the real thing. And it's really impressive, and I didn't expect it. So I would say about a year and a half ago, that's when I first got the Paperlike 1 for my 11-inch iPad Pro. And before then, I've never used a screen protector for any of my iPads. And I remember people were talking about Paperlike like a lot. It was really hyped. It was trending online. And I just thought it was just another gimmick, something that is just kind of like a quick money grab. And so I never kind of really focused in on it. But then I gave it a chance and tried it out for my iPad. And it just immediately changed my entire experience with the iPad. And I never would have imagined how much it can change. So I know it sounds like an ad and kind of like as if I'm part of the company, which I'm not. I'm just very impressed personally by this product, and I wouldn't enjoy my iPad as much if I didn't have Paperlike applied to it. And so obviously there's probably hundreds of other brands selling screen protectors as well, and I haven't tried any of them. I've only tried Paperlike, so I can't really speak about any of them. I can't really tell you if they're good or if they're not. I've read some very positive reviews, but since I've only used Paperlike, I can only talk about them. And they're also like the most popular brand out there. So it's a product that I can very confidently recommend to anybody out there. So if you're a beginner, if you're a professional, it doesn't matter what level you're at. This product will definitely change the way you draw on an iPad, because as I said, it just turns the iPad almost into a real sketchbook. And drawing is just so much more fun. It just feels more real. And coming from a traditional background, when you're switching to digital, you're expecting something similar, but most often it's not, because digital can be something very different. So it doesn't matter if you're using a tablet for your desktop computer, if you're using the iPad, if you're using the Microsoft Surface Pro, it really doesn't matter which device. They will feel different because it is different. It's a different medium, and it's just an entirely different world. But the Paperlike makes it possible for you to kind of easily switch between the two. And I just love it, just for the simple fact that it just changes the whole experience, like the whole drawing feeling on an iPad. It just changes it and makes it so much better. So anyways, I didn't want this video to sound like an ad, really not, but it's just my personal opinion, and I'm just so impressed by the product that I just wanted to share it with you guys to let you know that I like it and that I would recommend it to anybody out there. So if you're thinking about buying a screen protector and you're not sure if you want to spend the money on it or not, then yeah, take my word, it's gonna change it. Like, it's gonna change your experience with an iPad, and you're gonna feel more at home if you're coming from a traditional background. So anyways, guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, then hit that subscribe button. I would be very thankful for that. And as always, guys, I love you with all my heart and soul. Peace.